Super excited today because yesterday during my coaching call with my client, she told me she was coming to visit my city from Washington, D.C. And she's coming to Toronto, and I am super excited to meet her in person, right? Because I feel like the world has become so small because we run our businesses online. But whenever I get to see my clients face to face, like it takes me to another level. Like I'm always on cloud nine. So I'm so excited about that. Fingers crossed it's gonna happen next week, and I'm gonna share all the photos with all of you so you can see my amazing client, Dr. Saya. Okay, so today I have a question for you. And my question is, do you believe that success is inevitable for you? Because if you do believe that success is inevitable for you, you would show up differently in your business. And what does that mean? I see so many people on Instagram, the way they show up, it's like they're doubting their offer. They're doubting that they can actually help people. Now, the reason this is so tough is because to create success, you first have to believe before you see, right? You first have to believe in that success before you actually see the results. But here's why that's so difficult, because we are human beings, and by nature, we only believe what our eyes can see. We only believe what we can see with our physical eyes. However, to create success, you have to be very good at believing what isn't there yet. You have to be very good at believing in the future, believing that your success is inevitable. And it is that belief, it is that conviction that would help you show up differently. And when you show up differently, you attract people, you attract clients when you have that belief and conviction, first in yourself, next in your offer, and the third in your capacity to create wealth. That belief that your business will be successful, that belief that your business is already successful, is what creates success. Now, I have a couple of examples. One of them is the Wright Brothers. When the Wright Brothers came up, well, if you don't know them, the Wright Brothers are the people who invented the aeroplane. The aeroplane you and I enjoy today was invented by the Wright brothers. When they first came up with the idea, they just believed that it was possible for humans to fly. But I want you to think about it. At that time, it had never happened. And these two amazing human beings decided to think or imagine that it was possible for humans to fly in the air. And then that belief, in fact, the legend has it that their father was not happy with all of the resources they were wasting to create this aeroplane. That belief made them to find metal, all of the things they brought to like do the experiment. And because those two amazing human beings had that belief, you and I enjoy the aircraft we use for travel today. So I want you to think about it. Do you truly believe that success is inevitable for you? If you truly believe that 6 months from now, your business will be generating $50,000 every month, if you believe that, how would you show up? How would you show up every day if you truly believed that 6 months from now, your business will be generating $50,000 in revenue? How would you show up? I promise you, you'll show up differently to what you're showing up now. But that's the secret to success. You have to believe, you have to be resolute, you have to have 100% certainty that your success is guaranteed. It's that belief that will propel you to take action, to take the action that will actually create the results. Now, when I started my business about 2 years ago, well, not quite 2 years, but almost 2 years ago, I had no idea what I was saying. All I had was belief. I just had belief in myself. And now on my for my Joyful Money podcast, I'm having people, companies send me messages for sponsorship. People want to come like be on my podcast to be promoted on my podcast. But that's not what my podcast is. My podcast is Joyful Money, and I'm not interested in company sponsorship. But 2 years ago, I couldn't even get my words out. When I started my podcast, I wasn't articulate. I was horrible at speaking, but I knew I had a desire to help people. The difference between me and other people who are struggling in their business is I was so willing. I was so willing to be terrible publicly in order to get to where I am today and in order to get to where I want to be in the future. I was willing to be terrible, but not many people are willing to be terrible. People want to create success. They want to be confident out of the blue. But to create the kind of life you want, there has to be a learning curve. But people aren't patient enough to be terrible in order to get better. So, if you truly believe that success was inevitable for you, what would you do today? How would you show up today? What actions would you take in your business? Here's how I know what people believe. Your actions. Your actions will tell me what you believe in about yourself, about your business. Now, remember I said your belief will propel you to take action. So then what action are you taking every single month in your business? Well, this is July. For the whole of 2025, I have had at least one single solitary masterclass every single month. So question for you, have you been showing up consistently? So if you commit to yourself and say, I'm going to believe in my capacity to create wealth, I'm going to believe in my ability to create wealth, and then you decide and say, every month, I'm going to show up, host a live masterclass. And what's a live masterclass? Well, a live masterclass is an opportunity for people to see what it will be like to work with you. In a masterclass, you give immense value. You give a transformation for free for people to see what it will be like to work with you. And then you make an offer. So if you say you are overwhelmed and you have so many things on your plate, my question is, what do you have on your plate? It's time to take things off your plate. If you are focusing on activities that aren't generating revenue. In fact, this week, for all of my clients, I've told them the fastest way, the time I know you're going to make money in your business is when your mouth is moving in front of your ideal clients. So forget about just faceless reels or static posts on Instagram. If you really want people to invest in your services, people have to see your face. Your mouth has to be moving in front of potential clients. That's when you're going to sign clients. So I want to challenge you to do the inner work to uncover your belief about yourself, your belief about your offer, your belief about your business. And when you uncover all of that, you can then see, oh, this is why I'm taking the actions or inactions in my business. And when you unravel all of that, you start to create consistent success. Tell me what's coming up for you. I want to know, how is this landing for you today? Is it too much? Because sometimes you can feel like, oh my gosh, she's putting me on the spot. Like she's revealing all of the things holding me back. I promise you, I'm doing this with love, okay? I just want to challenge you because when you change your thought process, I tell you, that's where transformation happens. You start to see consistent success in your business. So excited.